Hello, I'm Tridib Roy Chaudhary. I'm the Senior Director of Products and General Manager at Adobe Systems. Today I'm going to talk to you about a very exciting new trend in the field of education called the flipped classroom. And we'll also talk to you about some new tools and actually a complete end-to-end solution that Adobe is bringing to the market, which will allow you to experiment with this modern trend extremely rapidly and effectively in your education institutes. Before we dive into what the flipped classroom is all about, let us do a quick recap of the traditional classroom. In a traditional classroom, part of the learning objective is achieved through classwork, and part of the learning objective, including the revision, is actually done through homework. In a flipped classroom, we are going to reverse that, which means the activities that we typically do at home, which is known as the homework, will now be done in class. And the classroom lectures, which was the classwork, will now be done through consumption of online videos at home. Hence the word flipped classroom. And it does seem to make eminent sense because children today are consuming a huge percentage of their knowledge through online channels. So the question that begs to be asked is, why are we not delivering the information of classes through the online channel? There are some challenges, and that is around creation of videos, because creation of engaging videos is very hard, expensive, and slow. Three things not in abundance in an education institute. The second, the student then consumes this video at their own time. We all know that given time, most students would be able to understand and learn most concepts. Hence, it does seem to make a lot of sense to allow students to consume it at their own pace, time, and place, because we believe that's the best way to deliver a lesson. However, the classroom has a very unique social setting through which the student can get their doubts clarified. When students are going to be consuming the video in the isolation at home, how are we going to ensure that the doubts are clarified? Because if doubts are not clarified, then what will happen is the student will rapidly lose interest and opt out of the course. The third part of flipped classroom is a process where we try to create homogeneous groups of students and plan activities which is relevant to this group. We all know that group activities reinforce learning. And when these customer interventions are actually customized, they make it really, really effective. The challenge that we have is that we really do not have any good data or analytics, which will allow us to first create these homogeneous groups, and second, help the teachers to plan activities relevant for these groups. These are some of the challenges that you will face when you try to implement flipped classroom in your organization. Learning analytics. Most universities and education institutes which are using analytics today actually find that the analytics is a great way to understand what they should have done, which means analytics is a great lens on past activities. What people are looking for is analytics which are runtime, which will give teachers a set of tools and data, which will allow them to intervene with their current students and make them better today. Adobe Presenter is a wonderful end-to-end solution that you can use very efficiently and effectively in your organization to implement the flipped classroom. It comes with a great set of tools to help you to create engaging videos for your students. It also provides a collaboration platform where teachers and students can come together to get the doubts resolved and engage with each other. And last but not the least, a great set of analytics, which will allow teachers to get a great insight in how to form groups, what activities to provide to their students in their class. The process is very simple. The teacher creates videos along with quizzes using Adobe Presenter. And we will make this process really fast and really easy. Then uploads the content on YouTube, Vimeo, or a shared file server anywhere on the cloud. The student then watches this video at home. And we will make this video watching experience, which typically will be done in the isolation at home, extremely engaging, collaborative, and personalized. While this is happening, a whole range of analytics is being gathered in the cloud, and we will provide that data to the teacher who will then use it to create a set of relevant activities. Participation and assessment data will be used to plan activities and to create homogeneous groups of students in the class. And last but not the least, the teacher and the student then participates in a very effective manner through these activities to reinforce their learning objectives. The question that comes to your mind is, how do we flip classrooms in developing countries? In these countries, the student computer ratio is less than 1:20. Little or no penetration of computers at home. So what we are going to do is we are going to tweak the model by focusing primarily on academically weaker students. We will focus on revision planning by teachers and not activity planning. And lastly, we will focus on collaboration and not on assessment. Essentially, what we are trying to do is trying to work within the boundaries of the low computer access by the students at home and at school. So the flipping in developing countries works something like this. The teacher now creates a video without the quiz, uploads it onto a common file server. The student now watches this video in school. There is no emphasis on personalization, but a lot on collaboration because multiple kids would be using the same computer, watch the same video. We will continue to gather analytics. And what we will also do is, instead of having assessment data, we will use the participation data to help teachers to create effective revision plans. And then the teacher comes back into the class and then revises on some of the and helps them to solve some of the doubts that may have been raised through this process. The operational plan is quite simple. We are looking to implement flipped classrooms and actually show that this model works while working with 4 to 8 schools in India. We want to sign it up by 15th of April. We are already in discussions with quite a few of them. Of course, the school administration must sign up for a long-term engagement. We are also looking for schools which has passionate teachers who are willing to spend some extra time creating videos and creating technology to forward the state of the students. We will, of course, provide all the teacher training and IT infrastructure required to implement flipped classrooms. And the measurement metric, in my mind, is quite simple. We will, for each class, we will have 2 sets of students. One, the target group who will have access to the online videos, and another target group of similar students who will not have access to online videos. And we will show you that through the access of videos by students and by access of data and analytics by teachers, we are able to have a meaningful and statistically significant impact to the performance of the students in the test group. I'm very excited to get this started. Over the last few months, our engagements with teachers has shown that teachers are more than capable of creating quality, engaging online video. That is the start. And we are really looking forward to working with some of you to implement this solution in your schools. Thank you very much.